Brought to you by IWCRadio.com. It's the internet's most irreverent wrestling podcast. Now, please welcome Beans, Smoot, Chucks, and Will. This is the IWC.
Hello everyone and welcome to IWC Radio. We're currently live on YouTube.com and I am your host Martin Nolan and I'm being joined by Smoot and Will. No Chucks this week.
Chucks is out on assignment, and if you had any idea what we had to do just now to get the intro to work, just now.
Well done, Beans. I'm going to say. Well done.
Thank you. I'll take that compliment. Yes, no one's going to understand how that was a major operation for the show just to get that to happen. And it's something that people probably will never appreciate. Okay. But I think the important thing is that we will.
Hopefully we can get everything that was wrong with the intro this week fixed for next week's show. So.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah. We will. Okay, that's good.
So, how's everyone doing, guys? How's our week been?
Busy.
Busy.
Yeah.
There's good busy and bad busy.
It's a little bit of both for me.
Okay. I'll take that as a positive, though, Smoot, because I was expecting it to be just bad busy.
Yeah.
So.
For right now, it's somewhat good.
Okay, that's cool. What about you, Will?
Yeah, I think somewhat good's a good way to put it for the week, I think.
You should be absolutely like on a cloud nine at the moment.
Right.
You Liverpool?
Oh yeah, I suppose, yeah.
And I should be absolutely miserably depressed, even more so than I normally am.
Well, yeah, but then you're used to that, aren't you?
Oh wow, that was like walking into a glass door. I love the fact that Chucks is out on assignment this week and is not able to gloat about Manchester City beating Manchester United earlier today. So I wouldn't stand a chance today, Smooth,
no.
if Chucks was around. So I'm going to take a positive from that one. So, yes, we have quite a few things to talk about this week. We are a few hours away from CM Punk's UFC debut, which we'll discuss a little bit about. Obviously, there was RAW and SmackDown, all the usual Cruiserweight Classics and NXT throughout the week, and I'm sure Smoot's got wonderful things to tell us about Impact. I hope not. And then also we got Backlash to preview, where we will be going through our prediction game and obviously having a look, seeing what we think might be happening tomorrow night. So, where shall we start? I believe, Smoot, you have a revelation about what you're doing this evening.
I'm going to be trying to watch the UFC. I'm going to be trying to watch the fights, basically, if I can.
The fights.
Yeah.
I can't believe that after all the efforts that we do to try and make you watch NXT, which is a wrestling product, it's a rather good wrestling product.
This is apples and oranges, all right?
Now you are going way out on a limb and you are about to watch UFC. Now, I don't believe you've ever watched UFC, have you?
No, I have. But this is to see how well Punk's going to do against Mickey Gall. So this has been like a fight that's been in the works for about a couple of years, I feel.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you've had a chance to watch the Evolution of Punk documentary that they've been doing. I managed to catch the last episode of it last night, which was obviously the one leading into tonight's fight. But I don't know, did you guys get a chance to see that?
I've seen 3 of them. I haven't seen the last one.
Right. Have you seen any of them, Smoot? Or?
No, I've seen like clips here and there posted on Twitter and such, but not nothing in full. No.
The only thing
I got from watching them was that he can drive quite well.
There is an awful lot of footage whilst he was driving. Yeah. In the fourth one, it's exactly the same, but they do it with Mickey Gall as well, so he does exactly the same thing. Hosts his own show from inside his car. Um, I'm really, I'm really kind of worried for Punk for tonight after that
Yeah.
fourth episode. Yeah, just because there was an awful lot of footage of him training. This Mickey Gall,
Hold
and
on just a sec. I gotta reset something with the stream real quick. Hold on just a moment.
it says we're off again.
I know. Hold on.
We're on again.
What in the world? I think we're back. Although it says the stream is red for some reason. I don't know why.
This on my end it says green at the moment.
Okay. Well, let's just keep going.
That's only just started.
That's fine. Let's just keep going. You were mentioning the Punk documentary.
Yeah, so basically it showed a lot of the training camp towards. Basically, it cut a lot out from like the back surgery time, which I thought they were going to focus a little bit more on in the documentary, but they just basically focused on as soon as Mickey Gall was kind of coming into the picture, and then him winning his fight where he got to face the winner was basically wasn't the winner. If Gore won his fight, he was going to get the Punk fight, which he did straight away. It was under 30 seconds, and he choked the guy out. And Punk was just basically sat at ringside watching it, and he was just kind of like, "Wow." I'm just like, So then there was like really awkward moment where he had to come into the octagon and like shake his hand and like well done and looking forward to it, and it was just like really awkward. But yeah, I don't know. It's as much as CM Punk really has improved when you watch these documentaries, and he's coming into it from a complete novice side. You can tell that it's not something that It's not something that comes natural to him. As in, just the way he moves and the way that he strikes. I mean, he's more. Oh, phone noise. He's more of a grappler anyway. So I mean, that side he looks quite confident, but the striking side of the game doesn't look like it's going to be a strong point. Whereas then when you see footage of Mickey Gall in his training camp, straight away he kind of fits the mold of a UFC fighter, even though he's only had one fight himself.
Yeah.
But he definitely looks like a big threat to Punk. So I do worry for Punk. I really hope he does well. But it wouldn't surprise me if this doesn't go past the first round. So I don't know what you guys are predicting for Punk later tonight or what your thoughts are.
It's hard because there's been a lot of criticism on his work. It took him until yesterday, I believe, for him to actually make weight, so that he would be eligible to fight Mickey Gall. So I don't know. This is kind of new territory for him. It's really hard to say. I don't think I want him to pull through. I want him to say that he'll win, but I can't fully say for certain that he will.
No. What about you, Will?
Yeah. I mean, I've said all along. I don't think he's gonna win. I think he's doing it just because it's something he's wanted to do, and I think from the moment it was announced he was going into UFC, I don't think I said didn't stand a chance.
I think I
mean,
think he's always
fair play to him for giving it a go. You can't take that away from him, but I don't think he's got a chance of winning.
it's one of those where I mean, it's a fight. Anything can happen. It only takes one shot, and you're in a different situation, and he might very well win.
True.
The likely of it's very unlikely. Obviously, it's very unlikely, but the fact that the way, especially in the documentary, the attitude that Punk's gone into this with is he hasn't walked into this fight like he would do if it was a promo for wrestling. He's not been bigging himself up in any way. He's not been, he's been conscious of all the media speculation about the fact that this is a guy that's got an opportunity in UFC with absolutely no experience and being at an age when a lot of UFC fighters know that their time's coming to an end. So, like you said, it's fair play to the guy. He's coming into something that he isn't normally. It isn't a discipline that he's used to. But I do see him getting another fight out of this. I think even though it's not being worded in his way, he's not going to talk negatively, but this is a learning curve. He will learn from this. If he gets choked out in the first minute, it's what everyone expects. And like he says, is everyone's expecting it to happen. So anything, what's the worst that can happen? He's got nothing to lose in his mind because the pressure's on Mickey Gall to make sure that he doesn't slip up against him.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm with you on that. It's definitely going to be a learning experience, and I feel like you're right. Like he has another fight in him, regardless of how good or bad he does tonight.
It'd be interesting to see what direction it goes in after tonight, and whether if he gets, if he's defeated quite quickly, did he find another opponent that's a little bit less, less of a threat for him? Will Punk want to face someone again? Will he want a rematch with him or something along them lines? I don't know. But yeah. I don't know if you heard as well about the training camp that Mickey Gall had where they did a little bit on wrestling, which I don't think Punk was too impressed with, but he didn't kind of verbalise it too much. But they showed a training camp because I think Mickey Gall's sister's a MMA fighter as well, and she trains with him. And they was in one of the training rooms, and this guy was like doing a talk, and I only caught a little bit of it. I missed a bit of what they said beforehand, but he was like giving him tips and advice, and it was like made to look serious, but it was obviously all a bit of a laugh. And he basically showed how to deliver a choke slam and also how to put a sharpshooter on someone. So he was saying these are two moves that you can use against Punk, like to beat him and all this, and it was just kind of like.
Stevie in the chat says that he hopes that Punk doesn't die tonight.
I don't think that it's going to be that bad. I think it's a little bit drastic saying die, but it would not surprise me if he gets caught with a choke. And also in the same way, I mean, Mickey Gall in his first fight in UFC, it only lasted 30 seconds and he did two things. He smashed the guy in the side of the face, which took him to the floor, and then he choked him out. So you could see exactly the same thing. And you've got to remember as well, Punk has never took a shot in UFC. The one time that he gets hit hard, that's when all your game plan goes out the window. That's when you find out what you can and can't do. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens, basically. It is a really intriguing situation because it just doesn't normally happen. So...
in kind of way, I am kind of rooting for him because of that. Because a lot of people have said, he's the fake wrestler going into UFC, and it would be nice for the fake wrestler to prove a point.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the guy has given everything that he can to this, and fair play. He didn't have to do it, and he is testing himself. And he's gone about it the right way, with dignity, respect to the industry that he's gone into, and all the play to him. And if nothing else, you look at him at the moment, I've never seen him look as healthy and as fit as he is at the minute. So from his own standpoint as well,
the weigh-in, I thought he looked really well.
I mean, he shred a lot of weight there, and he even said like he likes his food, so it's not an easy thing for him to do. But yeah, he does. He looks good. Apparently, he didn't shake Mickey Gall's hand at the weigh-in, which I don't know if
he
that's
didn't.
anything to do
Yeah.
with the
That
thing.
I mean, that's disrespectful a little bit, and I feel like you should always shake your opponent's hand regardless. That's just good sportsmanship. But at the same time, they're trying to put asses in the seats, and it seems like a type of move to hype up the fight itself. I feel.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of them, isn't it? You see it a lot in boxing and UFC where they refuse to shake each other's hands, and then as soon as the fight's over, it's all kind of water under the bridge at that point. So it wouldn't surprise me that no matter what the result, they're hugging each other at the end of it anyway. So Smoot's correcting me in the chat already. Yeah. Sorry. So yeah, best of luck to Punk. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to watch it live. I think with the time difference, I'm probably going to have to record and watch it tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I'll okay.
Let's see if it comes back. Hey, there we go. I think we got it situated.
Yeah, Steve in the chat did say it's lagging as well, but he's not sure if there's something his end. But I think it's something to do with YouTube,
Yeah.
Steve.
Yeah. I did some things over here, tinkered around a bit, and I think we're good now.
I think he's hit the jackpot.
Yeah.
So yes, welcome back, everyone.
Yeah. Now we were getting into the prediction game. I believe, correct?
Yes.
That means we would have to have somebody rustle the papers.
Oh, hang on. Sweet Lord, do you want me to rustle papers or get new eardrums?
Both. I'm sorry.
Wow. Oh crap! I just smashed the microphone. I'm sorry if I've deafened everyone. Is that good enough rustling? Sorry, I don't.
We'll count that. Yeah, why not?
It did a little bit. Sorry, it's a bit of a thick notebook. This.
Shocking.
I'm not Chucks.
Can't get the laugh, can you?
I like the fact that Smooch used the very vintage-looking Backlash logo.
Yeah, because I hate the new
No,
one.
You've done it because you hate what? Sorry.
I hate the new one.
Oh right. Why? What's wrong with the new one?
It doesn't look as good.
It looks more PG.
I wouldn't go that far, but
Oh well. So Backlash is tomorrow night. It's our first SmackDown only pay-per-view. And looking at the matches, it is only 6 matches long. Smooch just saying at the moment that the feed's gone red again, but on my end it's green. So I don't know if anyone in the chat can just let us know how we're coming across and whether we're all right. Apologies on this. YouTube is trying to destroy our show.
just pretty much like with everything else that they're doing. So,
Why? What else are they doing? Trying to take over the world?
yeah, pretty much.
Oh, that's not good.
Let's keep going. I think we're good.
It's still green on my end, but
Okay.
we'll see.
All right.
So yeah, we have 6 matches on this card, which suggests to me that is this really going to fill 3 hours?
No, there's no way it's filling 3 hours.
Is this going to be like just a 2-hour like network special kind of event or a takeover kind of length?
Sunday Night SmackDown.
It really does have a feel of just like a glorified SmackDown, doesn't it?
It might be like, here's what it would be like if SmackDown was 3 hours.
Oh, you just have to make me feel like I really don't want to watch this.
Yeah.
I didn't mind this. Although I have to say that this week's SmackDown leading up to this did absolutely nothing to sell me on watching this pay-per-view.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you're
Absolutely nothing. I can't despair enough about how poor I think SmackDown's been in the last 2 weeks. But there we go. What order should we go in, Smoot?
right. It's up to you.
Oh no, you're prediction master.
You say that, but I'm currently in last place with 26 points here. So since Chucks isn't here,
Yeah, but you have epic trailer voice.
oh God.
You make matches sound important.
No,
I
no,
just do the
don't.
Michael Cole effect.
Let's start out with the top here with the women's six-pack challenge, where I believe it's Nikki Bella, Naomi, Becky Lynch versus help me out here, Carmella, Natalia,
So
and
Alexa Bliss.
Alexa Bliss. That's it. Thank you. I almost did that without looking. So
That's really good.
thank you.
Um,
And this is for the SmackDown Women's Championship.
yes, that wonderful word that you put in front of women's championship that makes it sound utterly unimportant. Ugh. So, what are we thinking this one, people?
It was Carmella that was the one that won on the Go Home show this past Tuesday, I believe. So, for all intents and purposes, she's probably not going to win the match that counts tonight, or tomorrow night, excuse me. So, I don't know who to pick at the moment.
I'm
You know
gonna
who you
go
want?
right in there with Becky.
Really?
Yes.
Right. Okay.
I'm gonna go with and this is probably a dumb decision, but I'm probably gonna go with Natalia.
Okay. I think we're all going to pick different people.
Well,
So, Will has gone for Becky. You're going with Natalia. Chucks has already submitted his predictions, and he is going for Carmella.
did he? Did he really?
Yes.
Okay. Oh,
You
okay.
got-
Yeah,
you-
yeah, I see it. All right.
And I am going to go with Nikki Bella.
Ooh.
Because the last 2 weeks we've had Carmella get the better of Nikki, and I think Nikki needs to get some revenge.
Okay.
So,
That's a fair estimate. Like I said, I don't think Carmella's gonna win.
I would like to think Becky Lynch will win, but I do think that they're kind of holding that off now for another kind of like underdog story down the line they can do like they've done with Charlotte and Sasha in the past. I can see Becky winning it at WrestleMania next year or something.
Yeah.
No, you can win tomorrow.
Okay. Will said that with a rather forceful tone to his voice, so I'm just going to agree with him. So yeah, but it's elimination as well, into this. So it's not just one pinfall and win. So it will be people getting eliminated through the match. So should make things a little bit more interesting.
Okay.
So what have we got next?
Let's go with. Just go right down the line. Miz versus Ziggler for the Intercontinental Championship.
Okay, so Miz the Coward is facing Ziggler. I don't know what he is.
The guy that talks a lot.
Yeah. So basically, we've had this situation where Daniel Bryan's giving his promo on Talking Smack, and basically Ziggler's been thrown in to take his spot that people are supposed to like, but it's like I can't care anymore about Ziggler. It's just there is too much talking, and he made the statement when he was on the commentary table on SmackDown that next time could be the big one. And I'm just thinking, really? It's like, it just sounds like a loser. He does, doesn't he? Like, the next time could be the big one. Well, even if it is, what does it matter? You'll probably lose it within 24 hours anyway. I just have no... I mean, my mindset with this is I'm going to pick The Miz just purely because I think that they're going... there's no good that can come of this. I don't think Ziggler winning the Intercontinental title is the big one that he needs. I think that they're going down the line of Ziggler is going to hit rock bottom to the point where he will turn heel. I'm hoping.
I'm going to go with Miz because after that, he just completely lambasted Daniel Bryan to his face on that Talking Smack episode a few weeks back. He's got to back it up in the ring. If he thinks, that he doesn't wrestle like a coward, he's got to, retain that championship title.
I just think it keeps the ball rolling on it as well.
So I'm going
where
with Miz.
if he was to win, if Ziggler was to defeat Miz, then Daniel Bryan could come out and then say, look, see, you're a loser, you're a coward. I don't know, it just doesn't work right. So I think Miz has got to win just so he can keep winding up Bryan as well.
Yeah.
I don't know what you think, Will.
Yeah, same reason, Miz. Yeah.
Okie dokie. So, we've crossed the board there. Chuck's also picked the Miz on that one, so we'll be moving on. The next match we have is... Okay, so this...
Let's go with the Usos versus the Hype Bros.
Right. Can I just first off say,
Here we go.
No, I'm not actually going to talk about the Hype Bros here. I'm going to talk about the Usos who turned heel during a commercial break.
Was it during a commercial? No, because they attacked the Hype Brothers. No, not the Hype Brothers. They attacked American Alpha during the show. It wasn't during commercial.
So they lost their match during the commercial?
No. They lost their match on screen. Like, the match itself was like 30 seconds long.
Yeah, it was a really quick match, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I got it recorded on TV, live, and they went to break, and when they come back, they went during the commercial, and the match was already over, and then they turned heel.
Not over here.
And it had all happened.
Not over here.
Well, I don't know what you watched.
Sky Sports.
He's about to cut a promo on Sky Sports after he goes off on...
Well, this also brings up another point then, whether it really was Sky screwing up.
Probably.
But did you notice the one where they went to
I was just gonna ring
the announce desk, and then they thought they were going to something and they didn't, and then the screen went black, and then you could hear Morrow talking with JBL about what he was going to say in the next segment, and then they came back to them and they just said the same thing over again. Did that happen in America, or just on my TV set?
I think so.
Oh, well, that's good. Sky Sports got away with one there.
That might have been the confusion with the commercial there. Either way, yeah, the Usos went after American Alpha after they lost to them in record time, it seemed like. And
we're getting a splutter of a microphone.
Yeah, I believe that's Will. Just to signify that he's still alive over there with the microphone.
Will, tap the mic 3 times if you're still alive.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
Everything's falling.
The noise that you made after I said that, Will, on your microphone was crazy.
Yeah, you gotta listen to that back after.
Okay.
But yeah, the Usos turned heel, and now on the Talking Smack from that episode, Shane McMahon said that American Alpha were unable to compete despite them winning the qualifier match. So now it's a loser's bracket, if you will, of the Usos versus the Hype Bros. Whoever gets in advances to the SmackDown Tag Team Championship Finals.
Yeah, so what logic is this? You lose your match, you take out the people that beat you, and then you get to take their spot.
Again, it's because, they lost. And the handicap is that they have to fight twice in the same night.
Yeah, but even so.
I believe that's how they excused it. So.
And also, the sheer fact that the Hype Bros get another chance.
Yeah.
Really, really annoys me.
Yeah, I think for that alone, I'm going with the Usos there to advance.
Look, I'm all for the Hype Bros losing twice, but I'm also even more so that they're not on my TV in the first place. So, Steve's also saying I might still have it on my box so I could see if the Usos heel turn was actually on TV or not. Steve, I need you to check this.
Steve, check the footage for us.
Yeah. Instant replay. That's not very instant. It's nearly a week old.
So I'm guessing you're going with the Usos is what you're saying as well.
Yes, I think the Usos will beat the Hype Bros.
I think we've lost Will.
Will's having microphone problems.
He might be. He might be. All right, well, let's keep going. Let's keep going then. So, from what we have, until we get Will's pick, it would be the Usos versus Heath Slater and Rhino for the tag team titles for SmackDown. Who do you have winning this match?
I am going to say that the Usos will win the titles.
Really?
Yes.
So you think they're going to win 2 matches twice?
Yes.
On one show. All right.
Originally, I was thinking that Slater and Rhino was going to win, and American Alpha would probably cost the Usos the match.
Okay.
But I also think that there's more legs in the Heath Slater storyline for him to try and get a contract.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Slater and Rhino because of these vignettes that they've been doing for Slater's family and such, and having his 7 kids be with him at ringside. I feel like this would be a nice, brief fairy tale, happily ever after sort of thing, and have Slater and Rhino continue on as a team.
It could happen. I do think they can go either way with it. I just think moving forward, if they want to take the title seriously, I'd rather at the next pay-per-view it be the Usos and American Alpha for the titles rather than trying to find a way of getting the belts off Slater and Rhino.
All right. Will, are you back?
Yes.
All right. Who you got, Usos or the Hype Brothers?
Usos.
Okay.
Thank God.
Then,
if you'd have said Hype Bros, then I was about to flip my table over.
And then Usos versus Slater and Rhino. Who you got?
Usos again.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
All right.
And Chuck's...
You'll say oh.
Yeah, Chuck's went with Slater and Rhino, and he also went with Usos on the match before it as well. So.
Steve's just got back to us in the chat. Apparently it was on the show. So maybe I was just half tired and was fast forwarding through things and it looked like a commercial to me and it wasn't.
That's possible, yeah.
I don't know. But hey ho. That's what happens when you have an advert every 2 freaking seconds.
Yeah.
I think I made a note about that on Raw. I think I timed it. It was 4 minutes that it came back on before it went off for another 5-minute advert. And nothing happened. They played one little backstage interview, went back to the announce desk, and then they went for another break.
Yeah.
And I was like, what?
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. You need to sort this advertising out. It's crap.
I also don't like this new thing they're doing on Raw now, since they moved the announce table to the stage.
Same. I fucking hate it. And then
Where they basically turn the back on the match.
Yeah, and whenever they get an isolated shot of them, they're always standing.
But if they have a guest, if they had Titus on this week,
yeah,
they'll just turn around and ignore the match and just pop on.
It's so dumb.
Every time that you get that camera angle, because I've been watching WCW from '96 recently, yeah. I just keep expecting Scott Hall to appear in the background. And Kevin Nash come from the other side.
Yeah.
This is where the big boys play.
Yeah, it could still happen.
It doesn't work though as well, because that particular minute you had Titus, and then he ended up getting involved in the match. But to get involved in the match, you had to run down the ramp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So everyone knew he was going to get involved.
Oh, they should just do what. The best one for that was Edge and Christian when I think it was actually when they had the same position. They were on the ramp with the first brand split.
Yeah.
And they were doing an interview with King and JR on stage, and it's just like, oh, we're going to do a run-in. They just blatantly called it out.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to wait till the end of the match, and then we're going to interfere. Just like, okay.
But yeah, I hate the Raw stage up there.
So, yeah.
announcer
Anyway,
on the
back
stage.
to our wonderful Backlash card that
Yep.
we're already 3/4 of the way through.
Yeah. Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt.
So, this one, I think a lot of people, there's been a lot of opinion on this, I think, because we had Bray Wyatt give his promo this past week where he was talking about cutting the serpent's head off, and then we had Randy Orton backstage giving his fairy tale story, which I think people were just wound up with. But I've got to say, to be honest, I actually thought Randy Orton's delivery backstage when he had that interview and telling that story was quite good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought that was the kind of thing that Bray Wyatt should be saying week in, week out normally, because it made a bit more sense than what he normally spouts. And it had a bit more effect. I don't know, I just didn't mind it. I'm really surprised with myself, but I've actually really liked Orton since he's come back.
Yeah, I have to, actually.
I don't think that he's pandering to the crowd, but he's a lot more relaxed than what he normally is, but it isn't the overforced character where he's slow and monotonous. He just feels like he's a little bit more himself and relaxed, and I'm quite happy about that, actually.
I'm going to go with Randy Orton because I feel like he's going to tell Bray Wyatt that same story they told Charlie Caruso on SmackDown, where he's just going to bore Bray Wyatt to sleep, and then he's just going to pin him. 1, 2, 3.
I think he might distract him with a rabbit and then hit him with an RKO.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, I'm going to pick Orton as well, because Bray Wyatt never wins on a pay-per-view, but now that I've said this, he probably will.
He's the male Becky Lynch, basically.
It just, you just get the feeling that because Orton had the situation at SummerSlam, WWE in their head feel that they now need to give Orton a win to make him look credible again or something. And, we need to have him face someone credible. I know, let's give him Bray Wyatt, because everyone always gets benefit of beating Bray Wyatt. But hey-ho. What are you going for, Will?
Orton.
Wow, Orton across the board as Chuck's picked him as well.
Did he? Oh, yeah, did.
And then we have our main event for the WWE World Championship now, which I believe they're calling it. Which has basically been downgraded to like what the World Heavyweight title was, I think, now. Because WWE's focus definitely feels that it's on the Universal Championship now.
Yeah.
Or it feels that way.
Yeah.
I was a bit conflicted with this one. I don't know what you guys think for picks, but I'm actually going to pick Dean Ambrose.
I will, you know what? I will piggyback off of Chuck's answer and go with AJ Styles.
What about you, Will?
Yeah, I'm torn. I'm not really sure. I think I'm gonna go with Styles. Yeah.
See, now I've been saying Styles all the way through it. I hate the fact that Ambrose has done this comedy. I mean, I know I whinged about it last week with getting him caught on the top rope, and that was how they finished the show. But it was just the same stuff again this week. It's just like AJ Styles had the horrible like interaction with that cameraman on the interview segment, which just was bizarre.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to change it. I'm going to go to Ambrose because of... I don't feel like AJ Styles deserves the title after smashing that dude's phone backstage. So I'm going to go with...
I made a note and I just wrote down, your phone's broken. I've got to be honest, it actually made me jump. I mean, I was half asleep when I was watching this, but the way he just launched it against the wall, it was just like, whoa. I'd have laughed so much if one of the guys was like, it wasn't my phone you were supposed to throw, it's his.
Yeah.
Steve has just pointed out in the chat a very good point, and this is the reason why I am picking Ambrose. He's just put in the chat, dick kick. Now, we all know the power of the dick kick.
Yeah.
And because AJ Styles delivered a dick kick to Dean Ambrose, I think that this match, Ambrose will win via dick kick. I think he'll give him a taste of his own medicine and scrape out of the match, and then AJ will be livid. And I think it'll go to the next pay-per-view where AJ will probably win it.
Yeah. No, I'm still going with AJ.
So I really want AJ to win it. I'd like him to keep the role going. There's no way that you go from 1 month beating Cena clean to losing in a main event match, but I can just see them trying to prolong it and stretch it out a little bit. And then we have a couple of bonus questions, which I think Chuck's threw in. Will there be a Baron Corbin versus Kalisto bonus match? I'm going to say no.
Okay.
But I think Corbin will get involved somewhere where he'll whinge that Kalisto. He'll probably beat him up backstage again and then probably call him out again, saying he's still too scared to face me or something.
I'm going to say yeah. Just for a laugh.
Okay, and then who wins?
Corbin.
Okay, I'll go.
Yeah, if the match does happen, I'll say Corbin
I'll go
wins
with
as well,
Kalisto.
because there's no way that Kalisto wins. If they do, Corbin might as well just pack his bags.
Alright, well there you have it. That's your card for Backlash here.
So a pay-per-view with 6 matches, and 2 of them
Potentially
are based around the championship, tag team championship, which is going to involve the same team.
Yeah.
That's how thinly spread this pay-per-view is.
Yeah.
Insane. So, is there anything else from Raw and SmackDown that you guys wanted to talk about that may have come up? Because I know we didn't really talk much about Raw. I know we've gone through.
Del Rio leaving.
I think we mentioned it last week. There's been news this week as well that Paige has quit, which hasn't really been confirmed. But I think it's people jumping to conclusions because Del Rio did his press conference in Mexico, didn't he?
In a Hooters.
And yeah, and Paige was there, and it's like, oh, if Paige is there, then she's quit as well. Like, well, no, she's suspended. So what else is she gonna do? She's still going out with the guy.
Yeah.
So why is she not going to be there to support him? That's what happens. So I just think people read into it a little bit too much. I'm hoping she hasn't left.
Same.
It's a bit of a killer blow for the division, I think, if Paige leaves.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys noticed as well, but on Raw this week there was a sign in the crowd that said Bush League.
Really?
Yeah, right at the start of Raw, it made me giggle. On right facing the hard cam, someone on the side said Bush League, and I just thought
Bush League, in my opinion.
I mean, maybe they're a listener.
I haven't heard that for a while.
Why on earth did Charlotte face Bayley on Raw?
I don't know.
Honestly, I just couldn't believe that they put that on Raw.
Yeah, same here.
I know it served a purpose for the Dana Brooke thing and, the wonderful clipboard idea. But, yeah, a bit weak. And also, I was a bit worried about Bayley. Just noticed a bit where she jumped through the bottom rope doing the... she was supposed to jump through, like, the turnbuckle area, like a drop kick, and she caught her foot and knee a bit awkward as she went through, and I actually thought that she quite seriously injured herself at one point, but lo and behold, Raw went for commercial, and by the time they come back, she was fine. So, yeah. And then the other thing I wanted to mention for Raw was the greatest thing I think I've seen on a 3-hour Raw, and that was Alicia Fox smashing Nia Jax in the face with a box.
Looked like a donut box of some sort.
It was purple.
It was not the donut box.
No, that's pink.
Yeah.
No, hang on. No, it's purple.
Ho, ho, ho!
Screwed up my colours.
Oh.
But
yeah, that was pretty funny because both of them were stunned by it, and then Nia Jax just shoved the shit out of her.
I just love that Alicia Fox's initial reaction was, "Oh God!" to put her hands up as if she's and then realise that she's not supposed to do this. She's on live TV.
Yeah.
And then tried to then turn it into a character going, "Oh, is your face hurt?" or something.
She winged it too hard. Yeah.
Oh, I'm not being funny. I really can't stand Alicia Fox when she does the paddy things. She's always going over the top with it. I don't know. She just looks like a child not getting her own way. It's just like, oh, shut up. Put the box down. Stop hitting me in the face with it. Also, as well, I don't know if you noticed, in the main event with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, there was a moment in the match where Kevin Owens was celebrating, then you heard a bang in the background from the crowd. And honest to God, when I heard it, I thought it was a gunshot.
Oh my God.
Really? No, but the crowd all looked in that direction and something happened.
It was probably a balloon pop.
One hell of a balloon pop.
Two balloons.
Might have been 3. Might have been Alicia Fox going mental on a balloon guy. But yeah, I don't know. I just made a note because I saw it, and it was when he held his arms out, and then, I just heard this bang, and I thought, what the hell was that? And then you could see everyone behind on the hard cam all looking in the direction where it sounded from. It was that's just bizarre. Well, I don't know what it was, but hey ho, no news came out of it, so I don't think anyone pulled out a submachine gun.
Nobody died.
No, that's the main thing.
That's the main.
We've already spoke about the horrendous thing with Titus O'Neil. Good news, guys. We've only got 2 more weeks of Titus O'Neil and Darren Young before they're being replaced by the Cruiserweight division. Because I'm telling you, on a 3-hour Raw with the Cruiserweights and everyone they have on it, if they've still got room for Titus O'Neil and Darren Young, I will throw something heavier than that box at the TV. And then we have the wonderful segment that was the old day.
Oh.
Yeah, that was a bit...
That died a terrible death.
Yeah. Seems like they're really trying to sabotage the New Day.
It was just a bizarre week. It weren't very good, to be honest. Yeah. I mean, even all that, to be honest, it's still better than what SmackDown produced, I think. And what else do I have note-wise? I did like the line where he said the face that comes in second place from Ambrose.
Yeah.
That was quite a nice line. But I'm fed up of his comical things. And then I've made a small note about Mojo. My wonderful friend Mojo.
Oh boy.
Did you call him something offensive?
Boy. No, I didn't actually. I just wrote it very hard on my notepad.
Very hard.
I ingrained it. I can't stand the fact that he's always bouncing.
That's the drugs.
No, I was just watching him and I was thinking, I understand it when he's doing a promo, he irritates me and he jumps up and down and stuff. And his entrance, he's running in and out. But there was a point in that tag match where he was doing nothing, but he was jumping on the spot. It's just what is wrong with this guy? Why? You're achieving nothing. You were burning excess calories for no reason. It is not productive in a wrestling environment. Stop it. And take them plasters off your cheeks. Anyway. Also, as well, can you believe that Heath Slater's been in the main event of SmackDown for the last 2 weeks?
I cannot believe
It's
that.
all about...
Again, that's how thin SmackDown's roster is.
It's getting quite crazy.
Yeah.
on the other side, Jinder Mahal's push lasted longer than it.
There was a push?
Well, he got brought back for a semi-push.
They must have given him that wonderful thing that Del Rio were on about. They promised him, they pushed him to the moon. Don't worry, when you come back, Jinder, we're gonna put you with Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
Boom. And then my other note, which is only a small thing that I was just bored, was Natalia. What is that discus clothesline about?
I don't know.
I really hate that move.
The way she just spins around and then hits him with a clothesline.
It won't bother me if I felt that she actually used the momentum of spinning round, but she just spins round, stops, and then clotheslines them. So why fucking spin round before you do it?
Yeah.
It doesn't use any momentum.
That's a fair point, really.
And it always makes it look stupid. And I'd rather her just do a JBL clothesline to someone if she's going to do that. But there you go.
True.
They're only small things. That has bothered me for a while, to be honest. But, you know, when the SmackDown was as poor as it was, I thought I'd write that down. And we also had Kane come out, didn't we?
What's that?
Who did he destroy this week? He didn't do Milkman, did he?
No, it wasn't Milkman. It was Fandango, who's trying to be a sexual predator to
what the hell was that?
Yeah, to look like what looked like Lita's mom.
Oh dear!
And then apparently she might have been a makeup person.
Oh no!
Later on, like in the final walk to the ring with Ambrose and whatnot, like before the final commercial break, like it looked like she was one of the makeup ladies. So,
oh dear.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I can't believe that. I mean, SmackDown started quite strongly, and we always said that this is only going to be a honeymoon period where eventually it will slow down a bit. But when you're heading into your first, your own branded pay-per-view, I'd expect the go-home show to at least have strong promos and a decent build for matches, especially when you're on a 2-hour show and you can make it, you can make 2 hours fly by booking things smartly.
Yeah.
And I don't, this Backlash card, I can't believe it. It is looking really bare. You're relying so much on AJ Styles and Dean Ambrose. It's I don't know. So we will see, but I'm not holding out much hopes. I mean, it still could be a good show, but there's no way I see this going more than 3 hours.
I think I'm more interested in the Punk fight tonight.
Yeah.
Same here.
Same here. And again, who do you got winning, Punk or Gall?
I'm gonna say Gall.
I'll go with Punk. I'll go with Punk winning.
If Punk wins it, Joe will hit the floor, but in a good way. I'll be really happy for him if he does.
Oh yeah, I want him to win. I still think he will.
Even if he loses,
but I'll still pick him to win.
I'd be quite happy as long as he held his own. I think John Pollock on why can't I think of the name? Raw Radio said it, if Punk manages to get out of an altercation or manages to get out of a ground situation and successfully defend a submission in some way, that is a victory.